British Literature, A Journey Through Time. Britain has produced some of the world's most influential and celebrated writers, whose works have shaped literature, culture, and society across centuries. Let's explore the remarkable literary figures from different periods of British history. The Middle Ages, 5th to 15th centuries. Geoffrey Chaucer, circa 1340 to 1400, stands as the most prominent writer of this period. Known as the father of English literature, he wrote the Canterbury Tales, a collection of stories told by pilgrims traveling to Canterbury. His work was revolutionary for using Middle English instead of French or Latin, making literature more accessible to common people. Another significant figure was William Langland, circa 1332 to 1386, who wrote Piers Plowman, an allegorical poem critiquing medieval society. The Elizabethan period, 1558 to 1603. This golden age of literature was dominated by William Shakespeare, 1564 to 1616, whose 37 plays and 154 sonnets have become cornerstone works of world literature. His masterpieces like Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet continue to be performed worldwide. Christopher Marlowe, 1564 to 1593, was another brilliant playwright who wrote Dr. Faustus and Tamburlaine. Edmund Spenser, 1552 to 1599, created The Faerie Queene, a complex allegorical work celebrating Queen Elizabeth I. The Georgian period, 1714 to 1830. This era saw the rise of the novel as a literary form. Jane Austen, 1775 to 1817, wrote masterpieces like Pride and Prejudice and Emma, offering witty social commentary on Georgian society. Samuel Johnson, 1709 to 1784, created the first comprehensive English dictionary and was a respected critic and essayist. The Romantic poets flourished during this time, including William Wordsworth, 1770 to 1850, and Samuel Taylor Coleridge, 1772 to 1834, who published lyrical ballads, revolutionizing English poetry with their focus on nature and emotion. The Victorian period, 1837 to 1901. This was a remarkably productive period for British literature. Charles Dickens, 1812 to 1870, wrote numerous classics including Great Expectations and Oliver Twist, highlighting social issues in Victorian society. The Bronte sisters, Charlotte, 1816 to 1855, Emily, 1818 to 1848, and Anne, 1820 to 1849, produced powerful novels like Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights, and The Tenant of Wildfell Hall. George Eliot, Mary and Evans, 1819 to 1880, wrote sophisticated novels like Middlemarch, while Thomas Hardy, 1840 to 1928, created tragic masterpieces like Tess of the D'Urbervilles. Modern writers, 20th to 21st centuries. British literature continued to flourish in the modern era. Virginia Woolf, 1882 to 1941, revolutionized the novel with works like Mrs. Dalloway and To the Lighthouse. George Orwell, 1903 to 1950, wrote influential political works including 1984 and Animal Farm. Later in the century, writers like Ian McEwan, 1948-present, with Atonement, and J.K. Rowling, 1965-present, with the Harry Potter series have continued Britain's rich literary tradition. Thank you for exploring this journey through British literary history, which forms an essential part of life in the UK. These writers not only shaped British culture, but continue to influence literature and storytelling worldwide. Their works remain relevant today, offering insights into human nature, society, and the enduring power of storytelling.